Well, color me shocked, eh? Today we're heading over to the Edmonton Oilers and talking about their situation. Yeah, that's exactly what we're going to call it, the situation. If you head over to the NHL standings and you look at where EDM is listed, they are down there towards the bottom of the league. They are second last in the Pacific Division with 5 points in 7 games played, and they have the same record as the Montreal Canadiens and the Chicago Blackhawks. Great. Totally in line with the expectations that we had for a team that made it within 1 or 2 goals of the Stanley Cup last year. And the best part about it is, if you head over to power play percentages, this is where the Oilers' stats get even crazier. Take a look at this. NHL teams and the team stats here. Power play percentage. Screw on the road, at home, whatever. The Oilers' power play is 6th last in the NHL right now, clicking at 10.5%. They have the same power play percentage as the New York Islanders, and only the Anaheim Ducks have a lower power play percentage in the Pacific. So, what's been going on? Well, if you head over to their point production, this is where things get a little bit intriguing. Obviously, Connor McDavid is still leading the team in points, but instead of being on pace for 170 points like everybody thought he could be, he's at 8 points in 7 games played. Leon Draisaitl, 6 points in 7 games played. Jeff Skinner, 4 points in 7 games played. Where's everybody else? Well, I'll tell you this, Evan Bouchard only has a goal and an assist through 7 games so far. And Zach Hyman, Mr. 50 goal himself, is down there at 0. They call him 007, 0 goals, 0 assists, and 7 games played. What in the absolute hell is going on with the Edmonton Oilers? The memes just write themselves, man. That 007 thing has been pretty noteworthy, and in fact, I wanted to use it in the thumbnail and the marketing of this video. Big shout out over to Leaf Singh who posted that. But if you go over into some of the discourse surrounding the Oilers and their gameplay so far, let's go firstly to the Oilers sub, because Daniel Nugent-Bowman went out there and posted the new Oilers power play units from yesterday's practice. Victor Arvidsson, Jeff Skinner, Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl, and Ekholm slicing it up with Evan Bouchard. And then power play 2 had Zach Hyman, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, Henrique Nurse, and then Bouchard Ekholm, first then second. So, with this in mind, you're starting to see a little bit of a change here. It seems like the Oilers are taking Zach Hyman and Evan Bouchard off of that first power play unit. Hyman, of course, had 50 goals, being the tap-in guy. Evan Bouchard was a point-per-game guy, with all of those assists on the power play, and of course the big booming shot as well. And in response to this, we're seeing a lot of individual discourse surrounding the Oilers. Let's look at the comment section down below. First comment from SRT Great says, I'm pretty surprised they took Bouchard off of power play 1. Not because he's been bad, but because he knows how to run a power play. I was expecting Hyman and Nuge off of power play 1, but any change is good when you're 2 for 19. Bouchard is not a fault. He's been facilitating the transfer of pucks from side to side and mostly held the line well. It's not his fault that 1. Leon Draisaitl is throwing passes directly onto the opposition's sticks, 2. Nugent-Hopkins is completely and utterly useless, and 3. Hyman can't score simple tap-ins for some reason. I disagree about Bouchard. The McDavid power play goal last night happened in spite of Bouchard, not because of him. He darn near gave up a breakaway there. He's handling the puck like a grenade. I agree on the other points and would like to add our power play is predictable as hell. You can see exactly what they're going to do next. Let's go out there and read some other comments. Bouchard has been a turnover machine. He needs to get the message, and this is the message. He's not above being demoted a bit. Furthermore, I wanted to dive into this conversation on OilersDaily.com, published by Liam McCormick. Oilers fans call out Draisaitl for his effort, and they want him benched again. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Let's read what this article says. It was from the 23rd, so yesterday. Draisaitl is still second in team scoring on the Oilers, but he hasn't been performing up to his standards so far this year, and some fans want to see him benched. Draisaitl recorded the power play assist last night, but otherwise had a noticeably poor game and continued some troubling trends. In the second period, he took a senseless cross-checking penalty against Shane Gostisbehere out of frustration, something that has been a problem for him. Chris Knobloch has already benched Draisaitl for this problem earlier this year. There were a number of other instances last night of Draisaitl seemingly lacking effort on routine plays, like tagging up on offsides, back-checking, and on the overtime goal, not fully laying out to block the pass on this particular play. Connor McDavid blew the zone early too. Draisaitl is far from the only one who's had a slow start in the Oilers this year, but as the team's second-best player, he needs to begin to step it up and make an impact this season. Plenty of fans took to social media after the game to express their dissatisfaction with Draisaitl's game currently, with some even suggesting he should get benched again. This is what Tyler Yakemchuk at Daily Faceoff said. Draisaitl puts no effort into tagging up on the delayed offside and then takes another dumb penalty. Infuriating. Some of the other comments here said Draisaitl showing no effort whatsoever, no urgency. He straight up needs to be benched again. I'm getting sick and tired of Draisaitl and his BS this year. Zero effort or hustle to get back on side and then takes another stupid lazy cross-checking penalty. At practice yesterday, Chris Knoblauch clearly wasn't happy with the effort from the entire team when he stopped practice to hold a quick team meeting. It should be a wake-up call to every player that they need to start dialing in, even beginning in practice. You could say maybe the Oilers need to dig in right now. That's not good enough. The finals. Okay, I'm gonna stop. I don't have the voice to be able to do it properly. You could definitely hear that I'm struggling to get through this video, but that seems to be the tale of the tape, eh? Evan Bouchard, giveaway machine, not really as consistent and fluid with his passing as he has been in the past. Zach Hyman not scoring the tap-ins. Leon Draisaitl getting frustrated and not making the right plays. I mean, Connor McDavid scoring points, but it's hard for him to do anything when some of the top guys on the team that he usually gets support from are definitely crapping the bed. Let's go back over onto the Reddit thread and read some extra comments by the fans here. The last few games, I've really been toying with the thought that they should split up Connor and Leon on the power play. No matter how much that cross-seam one-timer to Leon fails, they keep trying over and over again to do it. Splitting them up would take away that temptation from Connor, and maybe he'll start shooting himself some more. Leon's one-timer jumped the shark in 2022. Everyone looks out for it now. It hits like 1 in 25 times. And it's funny because, like, for some reason I'm thinking about this Draisaitl one-timer in the same way that I think a lot of people thought about the Alex Ovechkin one-timer, because Ovi and Draisaitl have that signature spot, they have their signature goals. It's just, for Ovechkin, the puck could find itself over to him in any way possible, and he'd blast it, and it would be in. Like, as long as the pass is coming over to Ovi fast, with velocity, he can pound on it, and he'll usually score one every 2 or 3 times. For Leon Draisaitl, it seems like the only way Draisaitl would get set up on that one-timer flank would be by McDavid skating across the left and throwing it across the ice. I mean, it became a little bit predictable in the finals, especially towards the end there. I mean, I know the Oilers lost, but they still had to claw back and win 3 in a row. But ultimately, if teams have figured out the Oilers' power play to this extent, where Leon's one-timer is no longer a viable option, where Zach Hyman's tap-in capabilities have been neutralized, where Evan Bouchard is coughing the puck up and making careless mistakes, then this might be the formula to beat the Edmonton Oilers. Of course, though, it's the early parts of the season. The Oilers sucked last year at the beginning of the year too, and they made the finals, and McDavid had 100 assists. So who knows how well the Oilers are going to be able to continue their success this year. There's a lot of room for change after all. The season's just beginning. But for now, I want you to let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. How do you feel about Edmonton and their struggles in the regular season so far? How these early season struggles have kind of coagulated amongst the mindset of this team. Draisaitl's kind of careless play, Bouchard's mistakes, Connor McDavid isn't producing at a 150-point caliber pace, and Zach Hyman is 007. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. How do you fix this? Do you think the new power play units are going to have a significant impact? How do you think Draisaitl and McDavid are going to fare on the top unit with Ekholm as their power play quarterback instead of Evan Bouchard, assuming those changes remain permanent for the foreseeable future? What are your thoughts on the Oilers and their starts so far? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.